Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly and I've been in a bit of a knitting slump. I have been going through the process of renewing my lease. That was kind of crazy. I didn't know where I was going to be living and whether or not I was going to be able to renew my lease at my current place. So for the past month, it took a whole month pretty much to kind of sort through it all. But it was very chaotic and very mentally taxing. And normally I would turn to knitting. However, I was also having some wrist pain and I don't necessarily have projects that I'm super excited about at the moment. So with that said, I ended up turning more towards reading and I haven't been knitting a whole lot lately. Luckily, it did all get sorted out and I will be renewing my lease for another year. And so it's nice to have that behind me and my energy is back to a somewhat normal level. So that's really, really nice because yeah, it was just very overwhelming and, just kind of having to fight and stick up for myself, So anyway, with that said, I have two projects that I'm currently working on right now. One is a pair of socks, and I have the first sock finished outside of just stitching up the toe. And then I'm about halfway through my second sock. So that should be done pretty soon here. The other one is my Mew top by Una Gil. I was really excited about this one. However, as the project has gone on, I've felt more and more unsure about it. I am using Drops Flora as the yarn held double, and it's kind of coming out a bit thicker than I anticipated. I think I'm okay with it at this point. I was really concerned about that for a good while. Um, but I think I'm okay with the yarn at the moment. I am, however, concerned it's going to be too large. So part of me just kind of wants to scrap this, but I've gotten so far. I'm pretty darn close to finishing it, I would say, because right now I'm just working the stockinette and then end up having to attach the sleeves. So I think I could probably, oopsies, dropping my stitches here. So I think I could probably just keep working on this and see how it goes, because I am so far along. And hopefully it does fit okay. The ribbing fits me fine. It's not quite as snug as I would have liked it to be, or as I would have expected it to be. And so, yeah, it's definitely, I think, because of the fact that I am working a size large instead of size medium. When I was looking at the sizes, I mistook which size I was looking at. So I thought that my measurements fell into the large, but they actually should have fallen into the medium size. So um, anyway, I think it'll still fit me okay. It'll just probably be a bit baggier, maybe. But yeah, because I've gotten so far, it's like I might as well, So that's the plan. I'm just probably going to work on this kind of here and there. And, when I just need something stockinette or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I haven't fully given up on it yet, but part of me wants to. So the other obstacle I've been facing with regards to my knitting slump is the fact that the majority of my yarns that I have in stock are wool. And while it's a overcast and chillier day today, the majority of our days have been very warm. And I thought maybe I would have like some overlap of weather, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. I mean, I think any cold days we have at this point are going to be very few and far between. So it's not making me very excited to work on projects because I want to be working on some spring, summer clothes, more summer. but I just don't have really much yarn to accomplish that. So I'm going to have to make a yarn order, but in the meantime, I do have some of this Drops Muskat yarn. I think I have like 5 or 6 skeins of it, and I came across a pattern on Ravelry that I had saved with this yarn, and that is the Caro top by Mathilde Knits. That's this pattern here. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and cast that on so that I have a project that I'm actually excited about wearing for like the very near future, because I definitely think that that's something that inspires me to knit is the actual end result. So if I'm knitting something that I don't even see wearing right now, it's not as exciting for me. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and buy that pattern and get it cast on. And yeah, other than that, I will be needing to make a yarn order here soon so that I can actually start doing some other projects. I really want to get some of the Pure Silk by Knitting for Olive. That has been a yarn that I've wanted to try for a good while now. I'm not exactly sure what project I would want to do out of that. But I think it'd be really good for some slinkier, not slinkier, but like some tank tops with a little bit more movement. So I definitely want to try that out. And then otherwise, I'm probably going to just make another order of a lot of the drops yarns that I know I like. It's one of those things where it's like I already know I like the yarn, and it makes me nervous to buy project quantities of yarn when I don't know if I'm going to like it and I'm ordering it online. So I do have a tendency to just keep going with drops at the moment. I would like to branch out and try some other yarns, but I think, yeah, when I'm ordering online, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And I haven't found a whole lot that I'm in love with at the yarn store by me. So who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll walk in there and have something that inspires me. But so far, I haven't been wowed by anything, or things have been just way too out of budget, especially for winter projects because you need a lot more yarn. So, anywho, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast this on, and we shall get going on a summer top. I thought maybe I would go ahead and try to track my progress on this, see how long it actually takes me. So we will be getting started. It is currently 3:40. I am working a size medium, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. I forgot to mention that I am using a size 4.5 millimeter. The pattern calls for 4, but I might gauge with 4.5. So I've hit the hour mark of knitting. I have gotten this far on the back portion behind the neck. So it's about a quarter of the way before I start making the increases for the sleeves. Or at least that's my understanding of the pattern so far. I'm really bad about reading through a pattern first, but anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit of a break. I've been watching some YouTube episodes, and I think I might switch over to either watching the new episode of Outlander or reading my new book, which is Vesselless. So I'm kind of itching to get into a new book. I finished this book, The Serpent and the Siren, earlier today, and it was a good book. I think her second book in this series, it's the No Other Gods series. I think I liked her second book better than this one, but there were some moments that I really liked in this one. And well, then get up here, please. And so yeah, I'm excited for the final one in the series, as well as the novella from the male's perspective. I've heard a lot of good feedback on that so far, so I'm curious to read it. Yeah, anyway, good book. Not like amazing, but I do really like it. So I think it's got an interesting concept and storyline. Yeah, so anyway, been a bit interesting one, but yeah, I'm itching to read this one, and I'm really excited because it's just a one-off. So I don't have to sit there and wait for a new book to come out, which has been my biggest frustration. Like, I have a terrible memory, so every time I have a new book in a series, I usually end up having to either reread the whole series that I've read prior, or at least like the last book. I have started to try to keep kind of like little synopses of the book, so that, like, in my own words, so that maybe I can at least utilize that come the next book and not have to reread it. But I didn't do that with this series in particular. So anyway, yeah, I had to reread it. But anyways, so yeah, I think I will probably read for a bit. Although Outlander sounds good too. We'll think on it. But yeah, I'm going to just take a little bit of a break, give my hands some resting time, and then we'll get back to it and continue the count. Unfortunately, I have to take back what I said. This is a series, and the second book is not out yet. I'm upset. I'm still going to read it, but I'm upset. So, yeah, I spent like the last, 15, 20 minutes basically trying to figure out when the second book is coming out, and there's no information that I can find yet. So outside of it, it's supposed to be out this year. So I guess I'm going to get back to knitting. And I'll probably continue watching YouTube for a little bit longer before I switch over to either starting the book or Outlander. So, boy, that really just kind of put my mood down a little bit. Oh well, I'm excited to read it still. So we're at 3 hours and 21 minutes. I wonder if that's showing up backwards for you. Anyway, we're at 3 hours and 21 minutes, and I have completed basically the back panel portion. So like what's going to be sitting up against the back, and then it starts to increase out a little bit. So at this point, I'm now going to start picking up the stitches on the sides to create the part that the straps, and start working the front panel, and then eventually joining around. So yeah, not too bad actually. I'm surprised how much I got done, considering the first hour was, I don't know, maybe to here. So I must have kicked it into high gear or something. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to keep knitting now, put these stitches on hold, and pick up for the sleeves. Okay, so I just cast on the stitches at the shoulder, and I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be too wide because I don't like having too wide of straps. I prefer thinner straps. So I'm going to look through the Ravelry projects and see if anyone else made modifications for that. Because I think I saw some that had thinner straps over wider straps, and I believe that would be my preference. So I'm going to take a look at some of those projects and see if that sways my decision and if I make a modification. I'm going to do 2 less stitches on the pickup, and then I think probably do 2 extra increases perhaps, or I guess I'll just try it on at that point and figure it out. But yeah, I'm going to do 2 less stitches. I just feel like this is going to be too wide. We are 4 hours and 24 minutes in, and I have completed my first skein of yarn. So this is how far we've gotten so far. It looks so tiny, but I think it'll stretch out a bit. Yeah, the project's been pretty simple so far. I have read of some complications, particularly with the sleeves. So, and the fact that the pattern's not like well written, I guess. Like it's very minimal. So far I haven't had any issues, but this is also rather fresh into the project. So we will see. But yeah, I'm going to attach another ball, keep on knitting, and I think I'm finally ready to make it cozy in here and watch Outlander. I just finished Outlander. Felt like it went by so quick today. It was a lot of, ooh, that's not pretty. What happened there? It was a lot of story building more so than like action. But it was good. Just looking forward to next week now. As always. I am about 5.5 hours in now, and I picked up for the left shoulder just a little bit ago. So we are making some progress. Here's how it's looking so far. So it looks quite tiny, but it should hopefully fit. I think. I don't know. My gauge shouldn't be off. I think it'll be fine, but it does look awfully small. Anyway, that's where we are. So I'm going to keep going with this tonight and probably just like another hour or two before I get ready to head to bed. So I think I'm going to watch some more YouTube for now. And once I've kind of decided I'm done knitting for the night, then I'll probably do some more reading and then head to bed. Okay, so we have hit the 7 hour and 23-minute mark, and I have completed the increasing on both shoulder front bits. So here is where we are. I'm gonna stop here. I want to join in the round right now, but reading the pattern, I'm a little bit confused as to what I'm supposed to be doing. I have always known, to do cast on extra stitches under the arms, and the pattern is super, super minimal. And so it's basically just saying join together. And then it does say cast on 4 stitches in between, I think in the center or something like that. It's 12:50 in the morning. And I've gotten a little bit delirious at this point. So I don't want to do anything without like being totally clear-headed, because I have a tendency to make mistakes. So that's where I am. I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. Get some sleep and oh geez, hello. Get some sleep. Stop. He seems so angry. I know he's just trying to play with the microphone, but anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some sleep and figure it out in the morning. Good morning. I have only pretty much just woken up. I made myself some coffee and I tried on the top just to see kind of what I want to do at this point. I'm at the part where you're joining the body, and up until now, I have followed the pattern almost exactly, outside of the fact that I did 2 less stitches. I picked up 2 less stitches on the shoulders. And so at this point, I think what I'm going to do is do one more make one round in the keyhole section, and then I'm going to add 4 stitches under each armpit. I just really don't like to have my fabric like all bunched up in my armpit. So I'm hoping that'll avoid it, and I think it will also help to gain back some of the length that I lost, or some of the width, I'm sorry, that I lost when I decided to do 2 less pickups at the shoulders. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna just keep knitting and start that timer back up. We are at 7 hours and 23 minutes. And I have a cat on my lap who is gonna just sit here and want to play with everything. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Okay, let's see. So, where's my working yarn? Huh. Well, that doesn't make sense. Hey, hey, hey! Oh, he tore a little snag in my shirt. Rude. I'm ready to join these together because this has been annoying to have these extra cables here. And I know I used an extra long one and I didn't need to, but my short one is too short, so I'm kind of in a weird space. Okie doke. Back on track. Okay, I'm actually going to make ones on both the center portion of the chest and the outer portion of the chest, and then cast on 4. Just because I want to make sure that I'm not stretching the fabric so much in the bust area to the point that it's like more meshy or see-through. because I think that this fabric would have that tendency to do that. So yeah, just wanted to make that update, mostly as a mental note for myself as well, for when I update my Ravelry. So I just tried it on, and it seems like that was the right decision to do 4 extra stitches underneath and add the increases at the on both sides of the front bits. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad I didn't have to go back and change that decision. So I'm just going to keep knitting now. Okay, I've reached 9 hours and I am going to take a little bit of a break, get some breakfast in me, take a walk with Bela, my girl there. And yeah, just kind of get ready for the day, I guess. But here is where we are so far. I was wanting to get to the point of joining fully in the round before I went for dinner, or I mean for breakfast. But yeah, I need to take a break. My hands are getting a little tired. Well, that break was a little longer than I intended, but we are back at it. Oh, I need to start my timer. So we're back at it now. Yeah, hopefully I can get to join in the round here soon, because I think it'll just kind of start to fly off the needles from there. So anyway, yeah, just gonna watch some YouTube videos and knit. So we're 10 hours and 22 minutes in, and I am finally going to join the body in the round, as well as start my third skein of yarn. I'll kind of do like a quick little try on, although I don't know that it will really show that well. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Here is what we're looking like. So here is where it's joining together. And then it'll be coming back together down here and worked in the round. It's a little bit hard to see, I think, but anyway, I'm liking it so far. It's also a little tight on at the moment because I've got the sweater on underneath as well, so it's not quite fitting exactly how it should. Oh, whoops, that's not it's this one here. Let me actually just squeeze it together. Okay, maybe that will be better. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. So it's going to join now in the round, and I did try it on without the shirt on, but obviously we're not at that point for this video. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty cute. I hope I can figure out the cap sleeves. Everyone on Ravelry is kind of saying that it's near impossible to figure out, but there was, I think, like 1 or 2 people who put down basically what they did. as like a guideline. So hopefully based on that, I can figure it out. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. It is a little bit bluer than what I would have preferred, I think. Like if this had a little bit more of a green tinge to it, like more teal, I'd be really, really happy with the color, but I like it. I think it's something different. I don't really have much of this color, if any at all. So I'm excited to finally join in the round because I do not like knitting flat at all. And yeah, it should start kind of flying by now. Curious to see how much I can get done by the end of the day. Right now it is 2:30, so I still have quite a few hours left in the day, especially since I stay up pretty late. Okay, please don't mind the lighting. I'm in my bathroom, but here is what we're looking like right now. So I did 3 sets of decreases. Is that right? Hold on a second. No, I did 4 sets of decreases for the waist shaping, and then I have just started the increases. I'm sorry, I didn't just start the increases. I am on my 3rd increase. Yes, a 3rd increase. So I'm thinking I will probably follow the pattern and do 5 increases here. Or do I want, maybe I'll do 1 more increase and then actually just go straight from there because I would like it to remain fitted. The pattern so far, it's not been like bad, but there's definitely no hand holding. So if you're really new to knitting, it would not be my recommendation to follow this pattern. With that said, though, I am really liking the way it's come out. So I did make a couple of decisions based on how things are fitting me, as I go through it. So I'm someone that likes to try on my garment like as I go so that I have an idea of like how it's going to fit. And so in doing that, I think I was able to get a pretty good idea of what modifications I wanted to make along the way so that it would actually end up fitting me well. So, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't believe I've like nearly finished a garment in 2 days. That's insane. I think this is my fastest I've ever knit. And I don't know that it's necessarily my fastest, but I guess I've spent so much time on it. So yeah, I don't know. But for me anyways, this feels like it's gone by really quickly. So yeah, and I think I'm liking the color. In the camera, it looks a lot more blue. I would say that in person, it has a little bit more of a teal color about it. Teal, it's more teal leaning, though it is really vibrant. So I am a soft autumn, and this is definitely a lot like brighter and bolder than a soft autumn palette, but I'm also on the richer end of the soft autumn palette. So I think it works for me okay. And I feel like being something that's knit, it almost immediately like lessens the harshness. Like it almost immediately mutes the color a little bit because there is some holiness, I guess, to the fabric, right? So I don't know. I think it works. And obviously I wear a lot of this type of color, But yeah, I'm liking it so far. So I am just going to carry on. I think, yeah, I'll probably do the 2 more increases. Oh, wait, hold on. What did I decide? I wanted to do 1 more increase. Yeah, I think just 1 more increase, and then I'll just knit straight for a while until I figure out what length I want it. I feel like maybe just past the belly button, because it's kind of like a more like sexy type top that like a little bit of a crop might be nice. And like I wear more like other jeans that are taller than this, that are higher waisted. And I only have I think one other pair that's anything lower than these. So I think that would be just fine. Sorry, I'm just thinking through things. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep knitting. So I take it back. I'm not going to do any more increases. I'm just going to continue straight. So I did a total of 4 decreases and 3 increases. So yeah, I was looking at it more and I think this will be nice just to go straight down now at this point, and it'll just be fitted from there. So I don't think I need any more shaping. So yeah, that's the update.
I want him to want me so much that he can't stand it. Be careful what you wish for.
Sorry for the lighting and any noise that maybe you hear from the traffic outside. But I have completed the crochet edging around the neck and the little bow. And I am now working on the cap sleeves. So I think I understand the instructions, but everyone had a lot of issues with it. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I think it seems pretty straightforward, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. And if it is too difficult, then I might check one of the Ravelry projects, and then if I still can't figure it out, then I just might go to the tank top version because I like it that way, anyways. So. Okay, so we're about 18 hours in. I did one of the sleeves and like I got it, but it's not as like tight as I would have liked. At this point, I think that I'm going to forego the sleeves. I'm just going to rip it out. I did her instructions, and then I pretty much crocheted all through the bottom portion and like attached it back to the sleeve, thinking that that would help like tighten it up. But it didn't. So yeah, I don't know. I like this side better. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out, and then this is all completed. And then I just have to finish the length. So I stopped on the length because I was wanting to make sure that I had enough for the sleeves and the bow. And I mean, I have plenty really, but I just wanted to be extra safe. So anyway, yeah, I'm not loving the cap sleeve. So I don't know if this is a me problem. I have to think that because everyone else on Ravelry was having issues, that there's something a little off with the pattern fit. So Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna undo that and move forward with the length. I'm not sure if I'll finish tonight. Um, it's already, I think, almost midnight, so we'll see. Although it is just a little bit of length, so maybe I'll have it in me. But yeah, we'll see. I decided to go to bed last night pretty shortly after giving you an update. So therefore I didn't get very far. So we are 18 minutes and 29, no, 18 hours and 29 minutes in. And I should be wrapping up the bottom here shortly. I left the one cap sleeve because I'm curious to see if I block it. Like I think I'm probably just going to steam block it. But if I do that, I'm curious to see if it looks better that way. Because if so, then I'll go ahead and do the other side. But if not, then I'll just rip that sleeve out. So yeah, that's the plan. And excuse my appearance. I just bathed and I'm getting ready to just settle in for the evening and go to bed, hopefully at a decent hour today. But yeah, so I'm gonna continue on knitting. We will see. I think I should have this done in under 20 hours. At least if I don't add the other cap sleeve. If I end up adding the other cap sleeve, it could go longer, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up doing without it. And I think it would probably take me until tomorrow to figure out if I'm gonna do that or not. But otherwise, the top should be done tonight. Okay, so I think I have reached the point in which I'm going to bind off. I'm just ever so slightly past my belly button, and I am happy with it at that length. I think it looks really good. I will say I steamed it, and I'm not loving the sleeve. It's not terrible, but I think a lot of that, sorry, I keep looking at my microphone because I thought maybe it died on me, but I may have just turned it off the last attempt at filming this. So anyway, I think that the sleeve could very well have been a me thing because I did extend the length here. It should have been shorter. And I think if it were shorter, it probably would have, let's see, like pulled in more. And I think that would have looked a lot better. But I did do that. So I'm not going to go all the way back just to change that. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the sleeve and bind off. And I think she turned out pretty cute. So I think I mentioned the pattern is not necessarily like the most beginner friendly. There was a lot of people talking about how confused they were about the sleeves. I didn't find that to be the case personally. So I don't know if it's because, I've done some sock knitting and stuff, and that's like a technique that I was familiar with. But I thought it was fairly clear. Maybe not for a brand new beginner. I think I would have been really questioning myself on what to do. But because of that, I felt decently comfortable. And I have to believe that the majority of the people that did projects had some experience with knitting or like a decent amount of experience with knitting. So yeah, I don't know why they found it so difficult. I don't love the way it turned out. I don't think that I necessarily picked up all of the right stitches. It was I get a little confused with pickups when it's in the like horizontal space, if that that makes sense. Yeah, it's easier for me to see when I pick up when I can see the V's of the stitch versus the side. So I think that maybe would have been nice to have had slip stitches on the edge for that purpose. And also I think it would have created a cleaner hem. What's the word I'm looking for? Edge? I don't know. So I think there were some things that I did, as well as some pattern decisions that maybe could have made the sleeve a little bit better, but it doesn't seem like it's not doable. I just think I'm past the point of no return here. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to take the sleeve out. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the bind off, and that's what we've got going on. Okay, bye. 19 hours and 52 minutes. And that is probably actually longer than it actually took me because I forgot to turn it off. I forgot to stop the clock sometimes when I would go to try it on, and if I got a phone call or something and then I wasn't really paying attention and things like that. Anyway, so in all actuality, and also because of the cap sleeve, I didn't go on that journey and I just knit it for what it actually is. I think all in all, I probably would have knit it in 19 hours about flat. But it is what it is. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So here it is. I have woven in the ends and bound off. I did a new bind off method of purling two together, and then that one stitch that's left on your right needle, you transfer over to the left and then purl two together, and you just kind of keep going on that journey. I definitely have some like places in here where, I don't know, I must have got snags, or like, you can see here where there's like kind of little holy bits or imperfections, but it's pretty minimal. I think it's to be expected with this type of a yarn. And I don't think it'll be very obvious when I'm wearing it because it'll stretch out, a little bit. So yeah, so she's done, and I will probably just try her on tomorrow once I've got like, jeans or something on, and makeup and whatever else, right? But yeah, so she's done. Yay, under 20 hours. And really, it feels like a long time when I think about it because it's a tank top. But at the same time, like, I started it mid-afternoon Saturday, and today is Monday evening. And I think that's probably the fastest turnaround I've had yet. So I definitely spent more time than I typically would, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily fast or slow, but it was fast for me. So yeah, I'm happy with her, and I will try her on for you tomorrow. Okay, so here we are. My Caro top is completed. I have steamed it, so there's a tiny bit of rolling at the edge because I just kind of did a basic bind off. And same thing kind of around here. I didn't block it like straight to the ground or anything like that. So having just steamed it, I think the rolling is going to stay there, but that doesn't bother me personally. I think the edges look clean enough, so I'm not really worried about doing a edge, doing any kind of a knitted edge or anything like that there. And I like that I have some room in the armpit. Keyhole's a little bit bigger than I maybe would have loved, but it doesn't bother me either. I just have to make sure that I wear the right bra or something underneath. And here is the back. So it does go lower in the back, which is to be expected because there wasn't any shaping to accommodate for the bust pulling up the front of it. Again, not something that's bothersome to me. So take that for what you will. If it is something that would bother you, then maybe look into some shaping. But yeah, so this is her all completed. The color, I believe, is Petrol. It's a little bit bluer, like a little bit more of an electric blue than a teal than I would have wanted it to be, but it doesn't look bad on me, so I'm okay with it. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to pop in and give you the final results. I am the Eggman. They are the Eggman. I am the walrus. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo,